Today I have the ultimate zero waste sunscreen video. I have 7 different sunscreen brands to show you today, but unfortunately I had 2 others that I was gonna show you, but one had mold and one had like little hills of growth. They're smaller brands, I don't wanna bash them. We're just gonna nix those 2. Before I get into it, I do wanna say that reef safe and reef friendly are not regulated terms. So if you see a sunscreen that is labeled reef safe or reef friendly, you still need to look at the ingredients because there are a lot of sunscreens that make things super confusing and they're not actually reef safe. So what I look for is non-nano zinc oxide and non-nano titanium dioxide. Those are kind of the 2 safest, but I prefer to just look for zinc oxide non-nano sunscreens. So keep that in mind, that's all you want. What are we going to be looking at and rating when I'm looking at all of these sunscreens? First, we're gonna be looking at what the packaging is. What is the SPF? Is it vegan or does it contain beeswax? Is there fragrance? What is the price? Is there a white cast and what is the white cast rating? Is it oily or greasy? And what is the application like? I know I couldn't include every single zero waste sunscreen out there. Comment down below if you have any zero waste sunscreens that you highly recommend for everyone to try. But let's get right into it. And just a reminder, I am not a skincare expert. I am just giving my own opinion as a consumer. Also, sometimes I don't get everything right in these videos. I try to be as accurate as I can, and sometimes brands will change their formulas and prices and all of that. Also, white cast on my body is a lot different from my face. The white cast on my face is a lot worse. First, we're starting off with my favorite, Kinship. I've been using this for months now, and I love it. It has a little bit of a tint to it, so it's not a super white cast, but let's talk about the packaging. So it does come in recycled plastic. If we're talking about zero waste, we want to avoid plastic. I wanted to include it in this because it does have recycled plastic contents in it. The SPF is 32. It contains 22.4% zinc oxide. It's vegan and there is a little bit of fragrance. It's turmeric oil and vanilla planifolia fruit extract, if I said that correctly. It also says it's for blemish-prone skin. It's HIRAM approved, and the price is $25 for 1.75 ounces. So what is the white cast? I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 5. 0 being zero white cast whatsoever. 5 being this is the absolute worst white cast I have ever seen. I look like a ghost. So I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 5. There is a little something. It's not awful on me at all, but I can tell there is something there. No one would be able to notice a white cast on me, but if you have brown or black skin, it might be a little bit noticeable on you. But if you wear foundation, cover up, any sort of makeup, this is great. I don't think it's oily or greasy. Yes, it is a moisturizing sunscreen, but this is the best feeling on my skin. It feels light. It feels like I put on a moisturizer. It's wonderful. Let's rate the application. It's super easy to spread because it is a liquid. The second sunscreen is Cocokind. I brought this into the zero waste video because this plastic looking container is actually like a bioplastic made from sugarcane. I know that's still plastic and it's not like a perfect solution, but I still think it's better than regular plastic. The SPF is 32. It contains 21% zinc oxide. It's vegan, it's fragrance free, and the price is $24 for 1.7 ounces. Let's start with the white cast. I'm gonna give it a 1.5 out of 5. So on the oily greasy scale, it's a little bit oilier than the previous one, but not by much. And the application is incredible. It's a little runnier than the Kinship. The third brand is Meow Meow Tweet. Meow Meow Tweet has great packaging. It comes in an aluminum bottle with a plastic pump, but you can buy replacements of those bottles without pumps, so you won't be accumulating a ton of plastic pumps, which is a plus. The SPF is 25. It has 20% zinc oxide. It's vegan. There is fragrance in it. It's rose geranium oil. It's HIRAM approved, and the price is $22 for 2.7 ounces. I'm going to give it like a 3 to a 3.5 on the white cast scale. And then in terms of the oily greasiness level, it's very similar to Cocokind. It's a little bit greasy, but it's not awful. In terms of application, it's a liquid, so it's really easy to spread, and it's somewhat in between the Kinship and the Cocokind consistencies. Now we're getting into the face and body sunscreens, and we're gonna start off with Little Hands Hawaii. The face stick, I love this thing. Okay, I genuinely was very surprised with this brand because it is like a smaller brand, and I had never heard of this brand before doing research on this video. And their branding, their packaging is the best. I know that's random, but I just wanted to put that out there. I got the face stick in the travel size of their mineral sunscreen. They both come in paper compostable tubs or tubes. However, the mineral sunscreen, if you get the regular size, comes in a metal tin. The SPF of the face stick is 40 and the SPF of the mineral sunscreen is 35. They both contain 25% zinc oxide. They have beeswax and the fragrance is frankincense essential oil. The price of the face stick is $15 for 1 ounce. The price of the tub of mineral sunscreen is $8 for 0.5 of an ounce. But let's talk about the white cast. So with the face stick, which was tinted, they do have a tinted and non-tinted version. This is great for brown and black skin. So in terms of white cast, it's a 0 out of 5. But I will say sometimes with that sunscreen, I'll kind of like see it on top of my skin. So it doesn't just like blend in, but that's on my pasty white skin. There is like no oiliness or greasiness to this. Like give it 5-10 minutes, let it soak in, and it's almost matte feeling. So the tube is great because it's just a paper tube and it's pretty easy to apply, but you still have to use your hands to really rub it in. It's too dark for me. And then let's talk about the little sample mineral sunscreen I got. There was a white cast with this. I gave it a 3 out of 5. In terms of oily or greasiness, it's kind of the best in terms of a tin. I really liked it. And in terms of application, it was really easy to spread. A lot of the tins are really thick and hard to spread, but this one was super easy to spread. So honestly, I am a huge fan of Little Hands Hawaii. It is a great sunscreen brand that you need to check out. And we're gonna try Raw Elements. They have a tinted facial moisturizer with SPF. They have like sunscreen sticks and sunscreens in tins. So I'm gonna try each of those options and let's see how they do. This one is specifically for your face. It is definitely thicker, so you wouldn't need a moisturizer with this, which is a plus. Yeah. So I'm gonna stop right here, but this is what it looks like on my pale skin. So that's what it looks like. You can see the difference. So we have 2 metal tins and 1 compostable paper tube. The SPF is 30 amongst all of them. The facial SPF has 23% zinc oxide and the baby and kids has 25% zinc oxide. They all contain beeswax and the fragrance is rosemary oil extract and I believe chamomile in some of them, if not all of them. They are Hiram approved and the prices range from $17.99 to $19.99 of the ones I purchased. Let's rate all 3 of these, starting with the facial SPF. The white cast was 0 out of 5. It kind of looked like a self-tanner on my arms, but on my face, it was a bit too dark. It is oily, and the application is pretty spreadable for a tin, but not the best. For the baby and kids tin, the white cast was 3.5 out of 5. It is oily, and the application is thick, and it would be very tough to spread around if you are a hairy human. The kids stick, for the white cast, it's a 4 out of 5. It is oily and it is very chunky and thick and super hard to spread. Next, we're trying a Surf Dirt sunscreen. This is tinted. It has kind of a blush pink look to it, so let's see how it actually does. My Surf Dirt sunscreen came in a metal tin, but most of them come in bamboo containers. It has an SPF 30. It contains 23% zinc oxide. It does have beeswax. It's fragrance free, and the price was $18.99 for 1.5 ounces. This one was interesting because of the pink tint it had to it. It did not look that great on my skin, and it might look good if you have a certain skin tone, but I don't think this would be the best for all skin colors. I mean, I'm gonna give it a 0 out of 5 in terms of a white cast. There's 0 white cast, but it's got like a pink cast. Oiliness, no, it's pretty good. It feels really nice on the skin, which I really like. But in terms of application, it's really bumpy. Now we're gonna try All Good. This was one of the first companies I had ever seen, but this is my first time I'm trying this sunscreen. All Good comes in a metal tin. They also have plastic versions, but of course I wanna try to minimize my plastic consumption. It's SPF 50. It has 25% zinc oxide. It does contain beeswax. I believe it's fragrance free, and the price is $10 for 1 ounce. The white cast is a 3 to 3.5. It's a bit thick, so it is a little bit oily and greasy feeling. And in terms of application, this was one of the easiest ones to spread, but it still can be frustrating if you have a lot of hair places. That would be tough to spread. And lastly, we have Badger Clear Zinc sunscreen that comes in a tin. It's completely zero waste, and honestly, I've been using this for a year now, and it's been a pretty good option so far. Badger Clear Zinc does come in a metal tin. They also have plastic options. It's SPF 40. It contains 22.5% zinc oxide. It does have beeswax. It's fragrance free, and the price was $14.99 for 2.4 ounces. Pretty spreadable for me, but if you're layering it on, there is a white cast. I don't notice it as much because I really try to rub it into my skin, but like my roommate gave it a 4 out of 5 in terms of white cast. I would give it like a 3. It's oily. This and Raw Elements are pretty thick. It would be hard to spread if you are a hairy human. My favorite sunscreens in this video are Kinship for my face and Little Hands Hawaii for my face and body. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more zero waste reviews, I will have them on the screen. Just remember, you do not have to be perfect to live sustainably. If you have any zero waste sunscreen options that you think other people should try, make sure to comment them down below so we can all share and check them out. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!